So as usual, what I want to do here, I want to go back to close these, and I want to go to again, I put this on the web already, okay, so don't write anything down, just relax and just listen, okay. Okay, so again, we go back to the 19th Ulam Prime. We saw the context of that 19th Ulam Prime, how that actually permeates into generating the Quran, okay? So the 19th Ulam Prime, as I said, is 1103. We've known this for a while. So 1103 Chen Prime is 19751. But 19751 happens to be in Emirp. If you write it backwards, 15791 is also a prime number. This is called an Emirp. Emirp is just prime written backwards. Okay? So it happens to be the 619th. 114th prime is 619. 114 is the number of surahs in the Quran. So what you have to ask this question of yourself. Okay? You have to ask these questions of yourself. What does a man in the 20th century, okay, another man in late 20th century, Chen and Ulam, have to do with the fact that Quran has 114 chapters? Just think about it a little bit, okay? Isn't that amazing? 19751 also belongs to 338 twin prime pair. Okay? Ulam didn't know this. Chen didn't know this. But their methodology of classification, these kind of primes, facilitated this. So, look at this table. This is from before we had it. 338 is the index of tri prime. That tri prime happens to be 1362. The index of this composite 1362 is 1143. Okay, now let's see what happens. 1362nd verse in the Quran is 9127. Okay. 1362 is the 1143rd composite, and 1143 is equal to 9 times 127. I put an asterisk there, and the reason for it is I had a private communication with Milan Sulc and a long time ago, and that's what he discovered a long time ago, that the index of 1362 is 1143, and 1143 is 9 times 127. Again, I keep repeating this. If you get information from somebody, refer it to that person. It's the truth. Okay? Do not hide the truth. If you do something, tell people. It's okay. You did it. It's not a lie. Okay? 3, 3, and 8 are the indices of prime 5, 5, and 19. 55, 19th composite is 6, 3, 4, 6. 6, 3, 4, 6 is the total number of verses in the Quran. Can you imagine this? I mean, you know, you become basically, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the feeling that you get when you see these things. Okay? So my point is that, what does that have to do with these things? Why is the 19th Ulam Prime, which is 1103, generates all of this information about the Quran? It shouldn't. Okay? It shouldn't. And that's why I said in here, in this thing, okay? And I said that, it says, after reading and studying these mathematical facts, the sincere reader will conclude that the Quran is the literal embodiment of the prime index mathematics, and that it can only be authored by God alone. Okay? If you're not sincere, you're going to probably log off right now. You're going to be tired. You don't want to hear these things. You don't want to hear the name of God mentioned and praised. And you won't understand it. You make some excuse not to understand. Okay. These things that I'm showing you every week, okay? This has nothing to do with the discovery, the fact that the earth is round. Okay? Because that's been known for a long time. Who cares? Nobody. Okay? So when we look at these things, okay, we are at an awe for this whole thing that it shouldn't work this way. That's the first thing that comes to your mind. It should not work this way, but it does. Okay. So again, as I said, with this thing that I put in here, you can just go ahead and search for these numbers, okay? It becomes very easy because it's continuous. So you do this, there it is, 338 before. You see, I talked about this before. And then all of these 338s in here, you see? Yeah. See, 338 is 11, semi-prime is 1147, and it tells you what 1147. And this is 22717, 476. It generates the number of verses in chapter 73. Okay, so, you can have a lot of fun just looking at these things. But my point is that the whole system shouldn't work like this, but it does. And it shows you the power of God and the love that He has for us. And all of these stuff that we are learning from this is absolutely mind-boggling. Every week we are learning something new. Okay? That's why that verse in the Quran, it says that my people have abandoned this Quran. Okay? And this all of this right in front of our eyes. And we just miss it. Or we don't care. We think it's a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. These things are not coincidences. There are no coincidences. Okay? So, okay, anyway, I'll go ahead and stop here and do the rest of our Jummah. Allahu Kabir.